Hi guys, it's SkintBoot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is a No Man's Sky video. And in today's video, what I'm going to be looking into is a madly unrealistic speculation video as requested on my previous one, with features I'd love to see in the next update. As stated, this video is a pure wish list and as such is not grounded in reality whatsoever. Seriously, I am going to be doing another video which is a load more realistic, looking at what is likely to come with the update, but for now let's just blindly speculate because that's actually a lot more fun. So with all of that said and done, please do sit back and relax. Bit of accidental bars there. Let's get started. So I want to start off by talking about one of the most popular requests for any update relating to No Man's Sky, and that is pre-release biomes, art styles, and just general looks of footage shown to us before the game released. We all know deep down that Hello Games can never actually achieve the original 2014 planet shown off at E3 because, you know, it was handmade, but some other planets are most definitely possible. I'm talking about the complexity of planets and the unique elements that came with them. Pre-release footage had this sense of wonder and differentiation about planets. They all looked and felt unique, and seeing, say, a mountain in the distance made you actually want to go and explore it. Planets looked like they also made geographical sense. They had stretches of forest that broke out onto empty plains or maybe a river. They actually had organization and a much better structure, giving it a really strong sense of purpose and realism. Planets right now don't really have that. They all seem to be just one long stretch of nothingness. There needs to be more organized parts of it with more props in set places to make the planets feel less than a dead field and more of a actual planet. And that is what I want the absolute most. The pre-release generation or just general landscapes that really made you want to properly explore. I can never quite pinpoint what it was that made me and a lot of other people feel that way, which is what I find the strangest actually. Perhaps it was just because it's a build we can never play and we're naturally curious to explore all it has to offer, but I don't know. I think it's just down to how aesthetically pleasing the planets used to look, and because of this we simply wanted to spend as much time as possible on them. Another thing which I'd love to see added would be better relationships with alien factions, and more importantly a much more complex morale system that directly affects your playtime. Now the idea of this comes from what No Man's Sky has already given us, a fairly basic your standing has increased / decreased with X, but just more to it. I want to feel like I'm always being judged based on my actions in a system, whether that be through directly affecting an alien or something more subtle. For example, landing down onto a planet in a get controlled system and completely flattening the planet with exocraft, stealing loads of resources and generally fucking up the planet should affect my relationship with them in some way. Perhaps if I took it so far and I kept destroying all of their planets, then in the future they might have tighter security on them, or even still maybe on like discovered planets, almost like an intergalactic border, kind of Rick and Morty style. Once they see me, it's like, oh shit, it's that kid who stole 1.2 billion units worth of emerald from our planet. Then I might be denied access or something of the sort. But would this actually affect the experience? You know, surely being denied access to planets would kind of kill the game. Well, you know, 18 quintillion planets, like if you're banned from a couple, would that make all that much of a difference? But this doesn't have to be the only effect. Perhaps just being in the vicinity of an enemy faction results in all-out conflict, with your own race backing you and taking to the skies to fuck shit up. And I say all this because the universe of No Man's Sky currently just feels a bit empty. It doesn't particularly feel lived in. It has this eerie, static feeling to it. Having meaningful factions would greatly improve this feeling and would just make the universe feel a whole load more alive. Coming into the third point now, we have more hazards. I think a lot of people can agree that No Man's Sky AI is just too easy, but it's also kind of too hard on higher difficulties. We need this middle ground, and I think in order to do that, we need more planetary danger. And no, I'm not just talking about your life support going down faster or you take more damage. I'm talking about actual threats and mechanics to make the game feel a load more survival-like. One example may be better predators with much better AI. AI is a topic for a whole other video because honestly it is kind of pissy at the moment, but the prime example of how to do AI right is in The Forest, the early access game on Steam, which is coming out of early access, actually has one of the best AI for enemies I have ever seen in a game. Usually what they do is watch you from a distance, they kind of eye you up, and for the first few days when you crash, they just don't do anything. But over time, they grow in confidence, and as you grow in confidence, they start to attack you, and so on. Sometimes they attack you when you're at your weakest, when you're at your most vulnerable. Maybe they will stalk you, trying to actively hide from your vision, but you can still hear their footsteps and noises around you. This would apply so nicely to No Man's Sky. Having actual predators with, of course, procedurally generated noises, looks, maybe even attacks would just make planets feel that bit more daunting. Because right now, predators don't do anything. If I see a predator, I can either bang it in a few shots because it starts spacking out as soon as I shoot it, or you can just run away from it. I want them to be an actual genuine threat. Because at the end of the day, having animals that can easily kill you makes you feel like you're not the king of the fucking universe, because right now it just feels like everything bends to your will. I want to feel like an intruder when I'm landing on a planet, like animals and the landscape is actively out to ruin my day. So as well as predators, I want something as simple as equipment being damaged. Maybe if you fall off a small cliff or a ledge or something, then your visor gets cracked, maybe your oxygen gets damaged, and this makes you vulnerable to environmental hazards or heavy storms that make you walk slower. No Man's Sky needs to actually make the player feel like a foreign object on this planet, and especially with the power of procedural generation, you could make hazards vary in severity and complexity based on climate, time of day, or whatever. It is a absolutely fantastic foundation to build upon, and if Hello Games don't do this, then they are missing out big time, because right now simply fighting with your life support or your hazard protection is not intense. So that is just about all I have to say on the matter, but I want to know what you think, so please do put your thoughts in the comment section down below. What would you like to see added into next without any boundaries or constraints? Let me know. But thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you guys did enjoy it, then please do feel free to leave a like on it, and if you guys could also subscribe to MZK, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot signing out.